Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, January 10th. Well, yesterday was the first time in quite a while that many of us here in the I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City climbed to well above freezing temperatures. Most areas saw high temperatures yesterday afternoon in the 40s. Several days before that, high temperatures were at or below freezing in the I-95 corridor. We'll have some wild swings in the temperature department over the next 4 or 5 days or so. 20s in many locations this morning. We may reach 60 degrees in the I-95 corridor on Friday afternoon, but then more Arctic cold moves back into the region by Sunday. High temperatures on Sunday will struggle to get back to the 30-degree mark for highs during the Sunday afternoon hours. Here's the current surface map, and we have strong high pressure sitting right on top of the northeast U.S. This will gradually push off the northeast coastline later today, and you can already see a broad flow of air on the backside of this high pressure area, pushing milder air from Mexico across Texas, Austin, Texas, for example, the next couple of days where there's a meteorology conference going on right now. We'll be up in the 60s both this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. Milder air pumping all the way up into the upper part of the Midwest. Some of that will move eastward over the next 48 hours or so. It looks like high temperatures tomorrow afternoon for D.C., Philadelphia, New York City should reach 50 degrees. And again, 60 degrees is quite likely on Friday. With that warm up, however, there will be some soaking rainfall. It looks like the rainfall will come in 2 batches, really, for the Mid-Atlantic region, concentrated on Thursday night and then again on Friday night, and either one of those batches of rainfall can contain some rain, heavy at times. Well, let's take a walk through last night's GFS model run. This is from the 06 time period. These maps available at tropicaltidbits.com. Again, high pressure centered over the northeast U.S. and a broad southwesterly flow of air across from Texas all the way up into the upper part of the Midwest. Winds blow clockwise around high pressure systems, so on the backside they generally produce some warming southwesterly winds, and again a big warm up today across the middle part of the country, and that extends into the eastern U.S. for the next couple of days, peaking on Friday afternoon. High temperatures well up in the 60s across Texas, and we should see 60 degrees here in the I-95 corridor region for Friday afternoon. Let's move ahead in 6-hour increments, and here we go into the afternoon and evening hours. Little bit of precipitation up to the northwest here over the eastern Great Lakes. It looks like that'll hold north and west of the I-95 corridor region. Some of that could freeze on surfaces because of temperatures not far from freezing in the overnight hours in the western part of New York State or the eastern Great Lakes region. Let's keep moving ahead, and now notice strong low pressure starting to form over the panhandle of Texas here by later on tonight, early tomorrow. Snow as colder air starts to push in behind that warm-up here into the northern plains by early tomorrow. A healthy storm will form on this transition zone, this boundary zone between the colder Arctic air to the north and west and warmer air to the east. And let's keep moving forward here. Here we have what looks like it'll be kind of the first batch of rainfall for the Mid-Atlantic region. Late tomorrow into early Friday. That's round number 1 of rainfall right here. Again, concentrated on late tomorrow into tomorrow night and early Friday. Some of that rain can be heavy at times. Again, we're talking about a milder conditions as well. 50 degrees tomorrow, perhaps 60 on Friday. Notice out here, strong low pressure forming here along that Arctic frontal boundary zone. Let's keep moving forward here. This heavier precip looks like it pulls out of the I-95 corridor Friday morning, but then the main activity may actually wait until this low pressure area slides to the north and west of the I-95 corridor late in the day, Friday and Friday night. This is the forecast map for Friday afternoon. Now, this looks like this will turn into quite a snow event for areas like Detroit, Michigan, Buffalo, New York. Certainly 4 inches possible either one of those locations as this low pressure area slides to their east but holds to the west of the I-95 corridor area. Here we are by Friday evening now. Low pressure pulling up on the eastern side of the Ohio Valley. We're still in the warm sector here in the I-95 corridor, but colder Arctic air pushing eastward across the Great Lakes region. Again, places like Buffalo, Detroit could very well have several inches of snow in this transition time between the milder conditions of today and the colder conditions by later this week. Let's keep moving forward here. That low pressure area slides just to the north and west of the I-95 corridor. Another concentrated period of rainfall late Friday into Friday night, perhaps even into early Saturday morning. But then the colder air starts to move into the northeast. On the heels of this low pressure area come Saturday. Probably starts off in the 50s early in the day, but temperatures drop later in the day. The breeze will pick up. Partly sunny skies could develop during the afternoon hours in the I-95 corridor, but a stiff wind out of the north will signal the arrival of more cold air. Indeed, it's backed up by strong Arctic high pressure over the northern plains, over Minnesota by Saturday afternoon, and that moves into the eastern half of the nation. Certainly a cold day expected on Sunday. High temperatures in D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City will struggle to reach 30 degrees, perhaps confined to the upper 20s in those locations on Monday, which happens in Martin Luther King Day. Again, topsy-turvy temperature pattern here over the next several days, starting off cold this morning with low temperatures, overnight lows in the 20s in most areas. Will rise to perhaps 60, maybe even 63, 64 degrees in some parts of the I-95 corridor by Friday afternoon, and then back into the Arctic air by the time Sunday afternoon rolls around. Will struggle to reach the 30-degree mark, and that late week warm-up will come with some soaking rainfall for D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City. Again, accumulating snow headed for Buffalo and Detroit during the latter part of the week when we transition back to cold here in the eastern U.S. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.